Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be showcasing some of my favourite Sims 4 save files and my must-have save files to improve your gameplay. I am still currently setting up my new Let's Play series. It will be arriving to the channel very soon. However, whilst I'm still finishing everything up, I wanted to make another showcase video. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video showing you some legacy challenges to try in The Sims 4 if you're feeling bored or needed some new gameplay ideas. I wanted to do another showcase video because I really enjoyed making that one. But today, we're going to be having a look at Sims 4 save files. If you're unaware of what a Sims 4 save file is, they are the save files that you play your games in. However, these ones are specifically created by other players or content creators who have completely revamped the in-game worlds, the neighbourhoods, the homes, townies have all had makeovers. Everything's been rebuilt and completely changed from the way that EA have done it and the way that the Sims team have done it. And honestly, I love a save file. It improves your gameplay so much and they're so much more fun to play in. So I do have 4 to share with you today, and these save files are the ones that I use the most. They are my personal favourite ones for many different reasons. I've been using these saves for a good few years now and I never change. They are the saves that I use in Sims series when I'm playing for myself. So I can't wait to share them with you today. But before we get started and I showcase these save files, I do want to quickly show you how to download a save file and add it into your game if you are unaware of how to do so. It's very quick, very simple and easy. So first things first is you're going to want to find the save file you're going to want to add into your game. You can find them by searching on Google or Tumblr or having a look on YouTube. Or even if you find one in today's video that you like the look of, they are all linked in the description. When you find the one you want to use, go ahead and find the download link and download it onto your files. From there, head to your downloads and copy the save or open it up so you can drag it into your Sims 4 folder. You're going to want to locate your Sims 4 folder so you can put it in there. Yours could be in a different spot to mine, but if it is in the same spot as mine is in my documents, and then you're going to want to look for your electronics arts folder, then the Sims 4 folder. From there, it will take you into your Sims 4 files where all of your mods are and your saves and trave files and things like that. Head into your saves folder and then all you need to do is click on your saves folder, and then what you're going to want to do is drag the save or copy the save into the folder. If it does ask you to replace another file, I would not replace it because it will most likely get rid of a save file you're playing in and you probably won't be able to get that back. So if you do need to replace it, I would go ahead and rename the save. You can just add an extra number, that's what I usually do. So if there is the number 8 or the number 5 in the one I'm trying to add, I'll just add an extra 5 or an extra 8 or an extra 0, something like that. Once you've done that, you should be able to add it into your folder, and then from there go into your load game section in The Sims 4 and it should be there where all of your saves are. It's very easy, it's very simple and quick to do, but now that I have shown you how to do that, I am going to go ahead and show you the save files I want to showcase in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. The first save file I'm going to be showing off in today's video is the 𝒎𝒐𝒄𝒆 version 10. Out of all of these save files, this is the most recent one that I found and it's definitely become one of my favourites. I am very surprised I hadn't played in this save file before. It's very much up my street. Sometimes I love to play in a simple save file that is not too cluttered, and I feel like this one is perfect for that. What I also love about the save file is it still fits in very well with the original EA look of a default save, but at the same time it still makes your gameplay so much better. There's still so much new added stuff, but it still looks like it fits in so well. Another thing that's great about this save is it doesn't seem too pack heavy. One reason for this is this save was actually stopped working on in 2020. So if you don't have a lot of the most recent packs, then this save could be perfect for you to play in. But not only that, I've also noticed that the community lots and the homes, things like that have been built, a lot of them just use packs depending on what world they're in. So for example, their lots in New Crest, because that is a base game world, the lots just have base game furniture in, apart from the ones, for example, like a restaurant. You're going to need dine out to have a restaurant in game. So there's base game furnishings alongside the necessary dine out items. Another example of this is in Brindleton Bay. That is the world that came with cats and dogs. The lots are mostly base game and cats and dogs, with just a couple of other extra added things, mostly for activity purposes. But other than that, I've noticed this save file is not very pack heavy at all. And the final thing I'd probably have to say about this save file is that there is a bunch of new townies that all have skills and relationships and stories. And the original townies are still in the save as well, so if you do not want them gone, they're still there. The only difference is that some of the households have had pets added to them. When I showcase these save files also, I won't be going into every world and doing complete overviews of them, because I do feel like this video would be around 4 hours long if I did do that. But I will just show you a map overview of a couple of the worlds per save, just so then you can get a feel of what the general vibe of the save file is. Whenever I look at a new save file, I always look at the map overview first, because I always get a general feel of if I'm gonna like it or not. So for example, we have Oasis Springs here, and this is actually the world that you load into when you load into the save. And we can see it doesn't look too different from the original map, but we can see some tweaks still. So we have a couple of new lots. For example, we have the Oasis Springs bowling alley, which is a bar as well. All of these community lots are still the same, but I can see a couple of differences. So we can actually see a basketball court over there in the gym, along with in the park we also have some activities. I can see a swing over there and some more chess tables as well. The townies are still the same. We have the land grabs here, but they now have 2 dogs. And we can see some new townies around as well. So we have this troubled musician right here. We have a sim here in the starter home. Some more families have been added as well, and some of the houses have also been changed. So I do like that it still keeps a very EA feel of the game, but there is still so much change at the same time. We could also have a look at Magnolia Promenade. I know that this world is very much a lackluster world. There isn't really a lot in it usually, but there's a coffee shop that's been added, a diner, and both of the retail stores have also been upgraded and they look great as well. I did have a look at them. They just have a lot more to them. Your Sims can actually go and shop in them and have a good time. Another world we could look at is Brindleton Bay. I noticed a big change in this world too. It still looks very similar, but it also still looks so much more alive. So we actually have a gym here now. The original community lots are still here, but we can see that they have had a big revamp. I actually had a look at the museum and there's a cafe in the museum now. There's also a library here as well, and there's some houses built up here with new townies added as well. So all in all, I do really like this save file. I think it's perfect if you want a simple save file, but a save file that still adds more elements of gameplay to the game and just more alive community lots, and lots that are a lot more fun to play in, and houses that have more furnishing to them, and not only that, more Sims that you can play with as well. Here's actually the family from the Parenthood trailer. So all in all, a really great save file. I highly recommend. It's definitely on my favourites list now. Now let's move on to the second save file for today's video. This one is a bit of a complete switch from the last one. This one is a lot more detailed, and this save file has completely remastered the worlds. They look entirely different. But this is another save file that I have played in plenty of times, and this save is the Brat save file 1.2. This is another save file that hasn't been updated for a while. However, I am pretty sure this world does actually go up to 𝒎𝒏, so if you have up until high school years, it has been redone since then. But as I'm showcasing some lots, you'll see that this save file is so detailed, and it adds a completely different look and feel to the Sims 4 worlds. At the same time though, I do feel like every world has the same build style, and it all just ties in really well, really nicely. There are new townies in the save file as well, and all of the existing townies have also had makeovers. All of the worlds work really well with the surrounding areas as well, if that makes sense. I feel like the lots that are in Willow Creek fit the world so well. The lots that are in Brindleton Bay fit the world so well. So I'll show you a quick look at some map overviews on here as well. And we're going to begin with Willow Creek because, as you can see, it has completely changed. The community lots are entirely different. We actually have a cafe now instead of the museum because there is a museum up here instead. We can see the overview of the park here too, and how pretty does this park look. You can kind of see though that it doesn't look too cluttered. It looks more just like a park where you can go and play chess and walk around, and there is a couple of activities around. I think that's what I like about this world and this save file, that the lots look detailed but at the same time they're not very cluttered, and I like that a lot. We also have so many cool homes, and there is a community centre here as well in this Willow Creek neighbourhood. We have the BFF household here we can see, and they have had a complete makeover along with pets added as well. They look really cool. We have a restaurant here, we have a lounge over here, so lots more community lots have been added too. Let's take a look at another world. One world I actually do want to show off really quick, just the map overview of it, is Oasis Springs. In this save file, this world is my favourite world. I just love it. I always come to this world when I play in this save file. It has some amazing community lots. It has a bowling alley, it has a swimming pool, a thrift store as well. It actually also has a campground. This one's a really cool lot, and I love the houses. I always tend to play in this neighbourhood, and there is a bunch of new Sims living here too. All ages as well. We have new toddlers and children added in, which is really handy for family gameplay, especially if you want your Sims to have friends who are toddlers, because there's not a lot of toddlers in the default world. There's a spa over here too. Let's take a look at a world we haven't looked at as well. I think we should take a quick look at Sulani. In this save file, there are so many different lots added into Sulani as well. We have this big rental lot over here, another rental over here. We have a pool over here, a restaurant, a bar, there's a cafe over here. There's also a wedding venue over here too, and a spa. This world is fit very well for your Sims who want to come on vacation. Let's take a look at Strangerville as well. I want to try and look at as many worlds as I can. Again, the lots all look so great. The townies have had makeovers. These two are the default townies that do live here. They also have a dog as well. We have the library here. We have a restaurant, another home here. All in all, I just feel like this save file adds so much more to every single world. And one thing I also love about this save file is it adds a lot more community lots. Even in Bridechester, we have this really cool looking cafe, and I love that. So I highly recommend this save file if you want a save file that completely revamps the game and adds all new townies, all new lots, and is very detailed and looks amazing. Now moving on to the third save file for today's video. I've saved my favourite two till last, and this one is one of my favourites because this is a save file that I don't play in too much, but it is one of my favourite ones. And I play in this save file if I'm feeling overwhelmed with the game and I just need to go back to something quite simple, and I just want to play a very vanilla game, something that's very simple and cozy, but still changes the game and the look of it a lot. But one thing I love about this save file is everything still ties in very nicely with one another. It also still adds new townies, which all have families and skills, stories, careers, and also they are in clubs, some of the Sims as well, which I feel like adds some more background to that Sim in particular. And I actually used this save file in one of my vanilla sort of saves I was playing. I played with a family called the Evans family. I don't play with them too much anymore, but I did actually do a couple of videos with them on my channel. So if you did watch them, you would have seen a lot of new crests showcased because I was playing in that world. I also love this save because the houses are very much to my style and my taste, and I think the Sims are as well. They very much fit in with the style of gameplay I like to play, and this save file is the little root save file. This save is another one that hasn't been updated for a long time. That seems to be a bit of an occurrence in this video, that I pick saves that haven't been updated for a while. The last one, however, is not like that at all, so that one is a bit different. But this save file hasn't actually changed all of the worlds. It's just the base game worlds with a few lots in some other worlds, but other than that it's pretty much all just the same EA default save, apart from Willow Creek, Oasis Springs and New Crest. But as you can see here from the map overview of Willow Creek, this is a look at Willow Creek for this save file, and this world is probably my favourite in this save file for sure. I just feel like the houses in this save file just fit in with Willow Creek so well. I just feel like they were made for this world. They just look great. The community lots as well are also really fun to play in. They have a lot of activities, but again, they're not too cluttered. They're quite simple, but at the same time I still feel like I can experience so much gameplay and so many different activities when I do visit these lots. There is also a starter house down here which you can start in, and this one's a really nice starter house to begin with. If we take a look at Oasis Springs too, we can see the park has had a revamp. We have another bowling alley over here, a bar, gym, restaurant and a library. Again, I think what I like about this when I say it's quite simple is it still looks as if it is the original sort of game. Like the world still looks very Oasis Springs and Willow Creek and New Crest. They don't look too drastically different, which I really like. I'm also noticing how many townies there are added to this save file as well, and they all look really great. I just feel like all these Sims fit in really well with my gameplay style, and this Sim here actually married one of my Sims as well, so a couple of them have very familiar faces to me. And then finally, we will take a quick look at New Crest because, as I said, it is just the base game worlds that have been revamped with this save file. New Crest was one of my favourite worlds to visit regarding community lots with this save file. I absolutely love this pool. It has a really nice pool with a barbecue area, and it actually has arcades in it as well. There's lots of restaurants as well. We have Olive's Garden and we have a pizzeria over here. There's a karaoke bar. The neighbourhoods are also really lovely in this save file as well. I actually had my Sim move into this house here, and it's such a lovely house as well. They're not too cluttered, they're quite simple, and I feel like no matter what Sim you move into these houses, you can really make them feel like they're home. I also love, and one thing I've noticed in all of these saves is they all have lot traits added to them, which is really cool. But that is all of the worlds that are with this save file. Other than that, I think this creator who made the save file was slowly working on other worlds, but the save hasn't been updated since then. So for example, as you can see, there is a lounge that has actually been added into Brindleton Bay, and I know in Windenburg as well there's a couple of lots that have been added, such as this house right here and this house here too. So it looks like it was sort of in the works, but then it just didn't get finished. But I really don't mind because I just love playing in these three worlds in this save file. I find this save file so simple and very cozy to me. It looks really nice in all the different seasons as well. And I feel like it just fits in really well with vanilla gameplay, so I highly recommend if you want something along them lines regarding a save file. Now we are moving on to the final save file for today's video, and I wanted to save this one till last because this one is probably my favourite out of them all. One, because this save file has so many new lots added to it. It's very similar to the rat save in the sense of it changes the game quite a lot. But not only that, this save file is very up to date. It is constantly being updated. Whenever a new pack comes out, this creator is on it with revamping the worlds. And this save file is the 𝒎𝒄 save file 8.0. This is the save file I probably play in the most when it does come to playing gameplay in the game. I think I've used this save file in majority of my series. I'll be using this save file in my new series that is going to be coming to the channel very soon. I just love this one. There's something about it that I really enjoy. I don't know what it is exactly, but I find all the community lots so fun to go to. The townies as well in this save file. There are so many townies that you bump into. So many great townies that will look so great that you can become friends with or relationships for your Sims. This save file is another very pack heavy save file. As I said, this save file also is being updated a lot, so it's very new and you will probably need a lot of packs to play in this save file. A couple of other things I love about this save is that all the Sims have lots of backstory to them and careers already. Sims are also in clubs in the save. There's clubs to join, just like the previous one I did show you too. And one thing about this save file too is the calendar has actually been redone, so if you want some pre-existing holidays already in game done for you, then this save file does add that. I'll quickly show you Willow Creek once again. I feel like looking in the base game worlds is a great way to see what all the different save files do look like and the different takes on each world. So this is what Willow Creek does look like, and to be fair, I don't really play in Willow Creek a lot in this save file. I usually tend to play in the more newer worlds in the save or in the city and things like that. But there are so many different lots, and there is also a massive wedding venue here. There's a cathedral and there's restaurants. There's actually also a rental here. There's lots of rentals in a lot of the worlds as well, which I like about this save file. The gym looks great, so does the library and the lounge. The houses also all tie in really nicely together, and there is a bunch of new townies added to the worlds too. Another look at the BFF household right here. They have also had a makeover. I want to look at some of the other worlds that I usually play in. Let's have a look in San Myshuno. This world is great. I probably play in this one the most when I'm playing in this save file. We have lots of cool lots. There is a new karaoke bar here, which I know has an arcade in, and lots of different karaoke machines. The gym is a really nice lot in this world too. There's a nightclub here, and also there's a McDonald's too. Having a look at some of the apartments, they have all been revamped and changed as well, and there is also new townies in a lot of them too. So the city is a great world to play in this save file. I feel like it looks really nice. I love this apartment here as well. Taking a look at a couple of the other worlds, let's have a look at Del Sol Valley actually, because we haven't looked at this world yet, and this one is always great when it is redone by other people. There's a swimming pool here, there's also a restaurant over here, a karaoke bar, a cafe, a museum. I've actually been to this museum in one of my Maplewood episodes. It was when Oscar went on a school trip, so if you saw that episode, that is actually that museum. It's very cool inside. And a lounge here as well. There's lots of community lots here, which is really nice, and there is also a starter home. And as I did mention, this save file is very up to date. This is the most up to date version of this save file. So Ravenwood is actually completely done in the save, and this is the first time I actually looked at it today, and it looks great. We have a restaurant here. There's also this cafe, which is a hay hill farm. This would be so cute to visit with your Sims in the autumn time. We have a cemetery down here, which has been completely redone, and there's also a pet cemetery that's been added to this save file now as well in the Brindleton Bay world. Also looks like there's a really nice bar over here, and there's also a home here, which is a starter house. A look at some of the other newer worlds as well. This is the world that came with the Lovestruck expansion pack. We have a rental apartment up here. This is really cool. And also as well a cafe down here. We have the lounge, which has been redone. A rental over here. Restaurant, park, pool. I like the pool. That looks really cool. Henford on Bagley is another one I play in quite a lot in this save file. It has a really cute library and cafe over here. These rental houses as well are really nice. They're sort of like British new build homes, but they still fit in really well with the countryside vibe. There's also infants in the save file as well. One thing I love about this save file as well is in different worlds there's different festivals. So in Newcrest there's a spring festival, so your Sims can go there in the springtime. And then for example in Brindleton Bay, I'm pretty sure this is where the fall festival is. I'm pretty sure it might have actually been there, but it's been replaced by the cemetery. So it's not there anymore, but it was there. Here's the summer festival. That one is located in Solani. The fall festival has actually been moved to Chestnut Ridge. It's now the Spooky Fall Festival. So as you can see, there's different festivals for different seasons. And I love that. I think that is really cool. Things like that in save files for me are big winners because I just love lots like that. And before we wrap up, let's actually quickly look at a vacation world because I feel like I haven't looked at one of them yet. I always forget about these worlds. But this is another really cool world. This one has some really nice nice vacation lot. I've actually visited these, and this one's really cool because this is actually a field station. I've been here with one of my Sims, and this is somewhere you can sort of stay before you go off into the jungle. So there's like hotel rooms. It's a bit more like a motel, and it's really cool. There's also a pool here and a park. But all in all, this one is probably my favourite save file. I just feel like every world has just been changed a lot. The lots I all really like. They all just seem really great, and I think out of all of them, this one is probably my most favourite save file just because I tend to use it the most. I'm drawn very much to all of the community lots, and as I said as well, the townies in this save are probably some of my favourite too. So that is a look at the 𝒎𝒄 save file 8.0, and as I did say, this one out of all of them does get updated the most. Other than that, all of the other ones are old, but I highly recommend playing in them because they're still so much fun to play in and some of my favourite for sure. But that is where I'm going to be wrapping up today's video. I really hope that you did enjoy it. I really enjoyed showcasing some of my favourite save files in today's video. Mostly showing the maps, but also showing you some of the lots as I do speak a bit about the save files. I hope I did these save files justice, and let me know in the comments if you are going to download any of them and play in them yourself. One more thing before I do go though is keep your eyes peeled because my new Let's Play will be starting on my channel very soon. Thank you for bearing with me whilst I set it all up and get everything ready. And as well, we will be starting the Boba Tea Towels Legacy. That one actually won the poll that I put on my community post by nearly half the votes, so that is the one we are going to be beginning, and I'm very excited to start it. I'm nearly finished with setting it all up. But other than that, that is where I'm going to be wrapping up today's video. I really hope you did enjoy watching. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye!